Oh man, it's been an interesting couple of days. Juan Soto's going to the Mets. Are the Yankees screwed?
High drive, right
High fly
field.
ball to center. Rolls one in the air. Soto.
Crossing it. See it. There's the home run.
Hammered. Soto, a high fly ball to center. Thomas backing up. Thomas at the track. And Juan Soto! A three-run home run!
Welcome to Such a Bases Podcast. I'm Chad, your host. Subscribe if you hate my name and love baseball, or if you're a Mets fan, because it's a reason to celebrate at this point. If you're a Yankees fan, subscribe at the end and like the video if I've earned it, but hang in there. I have some hope to feed you, even though things have gotten weird. First things first, little errands to run for the channel giveaway. I'm about to go rip some cards from Topps Update, and one of those cards I'm going to pull, if there is a numbered card, which there absolutely should be, or maybe a set of the yellows because that is exclusive, I might give a set, but that's going to be determination of what the giveaway is going to be this coming Friday. So I'll probably announce it on the next video that I put out. I guess you got to watch the next video, so you should subscribe, and then at the very end comment your thoughts on this whole thing. That way that enters you a chance to win whatever the heck I pull out of there. All right. That sounds good. Juan Soto is a Metropolitan. Now, I said it before it was announced. If the Yankees signed Juan Soto, it was probably going to be like one of the most anticlimactic signings of the decade. Yeah, and I mean the decade. Now, I say that as a baseball fan and not from the perspective of a Yankee fan. So, of course, if you're a Yankees fan, you'd probably be like, oh my God, no, that would be super exciting if we got that. But for everybody else, it's like, okay, we already saw him play as a Yankee. We already saw them not win the World Series. Let's switch it up a little bit. So it was like, I was kind of rooting for the Yankees not to sign him. But at the same time, if he did stick with the Yankees, at the time, it made sense. Now, for Yankee fans, the thing about this signing is that if it was the Yankees, if they did pick him up, it wasn't even like a win. I mean, you can call it like a win for the organization, I guess. Like, okay, they held on to what they already had in the Bronx, but it really, you were just saving what you already had in your organization. You were not making improvements. You were not changing anything up. And that's where people from the outside perspective are like, wow, look at this amazing addition to these other teams that are going after him. Where the Yankees, it's like, all right, nothing changed, and we've been hyped for so long. So there's a media aspect from a non-Mets fan, from a non-Yankees fan perspective. It's exciting to see the change and then also see records be broken while the follow-up of chaos. So from my point of view, this is almost like strike three of the 2024 year for the Yankees, and it's got to be the worst year ever for this organization in a very long time, and I'll explain why. You traded away a large package of prospects and solid players like Michael King, an amazing starter who worked out great for the Padres, and you got Juan Soto and Trent Grisham back. Juan Soto carried your team to the playoffs, and I don't think anybody should be arguing that. Now, you can go down in the comments and yell at me and give me, plead your case about Aaron Judge being MVP and all that stuff. Yeah, he deserved it, but I would say he deserved it for the middle 4 months of the season, and everything outside of that was absolutely disastrous for him. And in that time, throughout the entire year, Juan Soto was consistently hitting a bomb equivalent to almost every single game. Now, you make it to the World Series, and at this point, it is the best year ever. You haven't been to a World Series since I believe like 2009, and you are unfortunately sent home with your tail between your legs as you lose the Fall Classic to probably the most dominant team I've ever seen in baseball since the 1999 Yankees. Now the offseason comes and you have Verdugo, Judge, Soto, but Steve Cohen comes in and takes Soto by the hand and says, you know what? I'm your daddy now. Come home with me. My kids, 10, 5, and 2, they will forever know Soto as a Metropolitan, as a Mets player, as a New York Mets phenomenon and hero. They won't know Soto as a Yankee, and I think that is what cuts the deepest for most Yankee fans at this level. Now, if you haven't already heard, he signed a 15-year, $765 million contract with an opt-out on year 5, where the Mets have a buyout. So basically what happens is that they just add $5 million to his salary every single year for the remaining 10 years to retain him, which I'm going to assume he's going to take the buyout just so that he can make more money, obviously. Which means not only does he have the largest contract ever in any sport in the entire world ever, he is also going to probably make, and if I don't see why he wouldn't opt out in 2030, but he will break 800 million, which makes it a $51 million contract every single year leading up to 2030, and then 56 million right after that. That's not counting bonuses, incentives as far as getting MVP, going to the All-Star game, all these crazy laterals and escalators that he could achieve at any point, because he hasn't even hit his prime. This is going to sound really brash, and if you're a Yankees fan, just hang tight, okay? The Yankees had no chance. If Soto truly felt like the Bronx was the home he was meant to be in, he would have taken their offer. It was reported today from Joel Sherman that the Yankees also offered Soto a $60 million signing bonus. Of course, Steve Cohen, it was so determined to get him that when Boris brought that to the Mets said, okay, well, we'll make it $75 million because we're insane. Even the Blue Jays have the kind of money that Steve Cohen has, but I mean, they don't have the team to really back it up to take him to a championship. And I think Soto basically was like, this team has a chance to make the championship, and this team's offering me more money than the Yankees. And the Yankees clearly didn't have any significance to him because he was traded there. He didn't choose to play there. This was his opportunity to choose where he wanted to play. And that is kind of a rolling snowball into a lot of questions in the air. To finish my thought from earlier, I never thought I'd say this, but I feel bad for you Yankee fans. I really do. You gained so much that Yankee stock was growing, and as soon as the last game of the World Series ended, that stock came crashing down in a matter of 2 months. No championship, you lost your star player, you have holes at second or third depending on where you put Jazz. First base is open, now right field is open. What's the move with Verdugo? Dude, that sucks. Now you know how I feel with the Mariners. So we're friends now. There was nothing but loss from October till December 7th for the Yankees. And this is probably the reason why there is a complete meltdown on the Yankees side of things.
Yo, Juan Soto, listen up, man. This is your new fucking home. This is your new home right here. Shut the fuck up and don't fucking complain. Look at this shithole. Right across the street. Look at this fucking dump. You chose this piece of shit to be your home for the next 15 fucking years because you're a money-hungry fucking bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you. Every Yankee fan should burn your fucking jersey. Fuck you, Juan Soto. Suck my fucking dick. Fuck you too, Scott Morris. Suck my fucking dick.
Earlier, there's been posts all over the place of people going out recording themselves burning Juan Soto's jersey. A jersey without his name on it, by the way. It's just a number, which I think is more of a reason. If you think about Juan Soto's personality, he wants to be the star. He wants to be the captain. He wants to be the leader of the team. And we don't put our last names on our jerseys because we are here as a team. We're not here as individuals. And that's not really the Juan Soto vibe that I get from him. He is very flashy. He's out there. He's very energetic. He's aggressive with every single moment that he lives in. Where the contrary, which it would be a great place for the Yankees, is to house Aaron Judge, who was drafted by them, who stuck with them, who signed with them, and he's very composed and very humble and I would say a lot more quiet than what you get from Juan Soto. And I feel like those two are very much conflicting personalities. It's fun to win together, but I bet you Soto wasn't looking for that kind of environment. Not to mention, it's been reported recently, in fact, only like a couple hours ago, that Judge, I don't know if he was instructed by Steinbrenner to just leave him alone, but he never reached out to Soto, never was at the meetings when it came to negotiating contracts. He was never involved, and up until this point, there's been no report at all of Judge reaching out to him. To me, even after this point, he's already signed. Why have you not said, hey, congrats, good for you? You know, I'm happy you found your place. I wish we could. There's been nothing. So I have a feeling that those two did not bond well together, even though you'd see their handshake. Everybody has a handshake these days, but the personalities look like they were more conflicting rather than collaborative, if that makes any sense. And maybe, just maybe, the Yankees are better off without him. Or is it completely over for them? No. Deep breath. Yankee fan. It's okay. It's going to hurt for 15 years, but it's going to be okay. Unlike most teams, there is $760 million for 16 years available to get yourself a solid right field, left field, second, first relief pitcher because Clay Holmes is gone, and a starting pitcher because Marcus Stroman did not work out. And I would say you should add a little bit more depth to that rotation. Holy shit, that's a lot of holes. Yeah, on a pitching front, Max Fried, Patrick Corbin, Nathan Eovaldi, Ryan Presley, Jack Flaherty, Corbin Burns, Kenley Jansen, Devin Williams, and there's like a few more that I can't come to the top of my head that are available and you can 1000% afford. Imagine it picking up Kenley Jansen, Devin Williams, and Tanner Scott for your relief pitcher, adding Jack Flaherty, and screw it, go get Corbin Burns. That you still have money left over to do your infield. that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not over. It just, this Soto thing is gonna hurt. Santander, Jock Peterson, Teoscar Hernandez, Austin Hayes, Harrison Bader, if you want to go get a Met and say, haha, look what we got. Randall Grichuk, Carlos Santana, Justin Turner, super cheap options for first base, Bregman for third if you wanted to, Alonso, that would be really funny if they did that. Profar, Walker, Drury, Kim, Iglesias, Tellez. You have a lot of options right now to fill all these holes, and you have so much money to spend. So Yankees, don't worry about it. Although, you know, you can continue your little freak out and temper tantrum. I think it's justified in a way. I think burning his jersey is stupid. Like, sell it, go make some money. But whatever. You do you, boo-boo. This is go time for the Yankees. I mean, sign 7 players. You have plenty of money. I mean, they can't deny having a ton of money available, especially since they ruled out $760 million for one player. Why can't you go out and get the rest of the players you need? And then, hey, go to the World Series next year and beat the Mets. Talk about a comeback. Now look on the other side. Look at the positive side for the Metropolitans. You guys had to sit through all that and listen to me? Queens, Metropolitans, congrats. Congrats to you Mets fans who have got the greatest gift a baseball Christmas could give. Short of Ohtani, I will put that out there. What does this mean for first base though? Is Pete Alonso coming back? I mean, are the Mets tapped? Is that it? Is that all the money that they have? Do you hit that 5-year contract to keep him in New York till he retires, if that's how long it takes for him to retire? Do you bring in Brett Beatty and put him at third and then move Vientos to first? Like, how much out of money is this organization and how can they afford it? I have no idea. But you won the Juan Soto sweepstakes, so by all means, you're great. You went out and spent the most money ever on a player, and you have a dedicated owner, but you need to do what the Mariners won't do and solidify your offense while you have a superstar and that door is open for a championship opportunity. I'm just saying right now that is extremely important. Now, I honestly don't know what they're going to do about first place. I mean, is this a time to find a first base that can produce similar numbers and provide proper defense at first? And if so, who is that? I don't think that's Josh Bell. That's probably not Tellez. I mean, yeah, every time I think about it, it circles back to Christian Walker. And I mean, he had an amazing season last year, but if money is now kind of a factor, what about Carlos Santana? Amazing. Also, just like Christian Walker last year with Minnesota, amazing 2024 season, but also, are you going to bring back JD Martinez, who did great for you, and fill that DH spot? Because you don't have a DH spot at this point. And it's just, there's a lot of questions for the Mets team still, even though this is a time to celebrate. Now, I don't mean to rain on your parade. This is awesome. Even if you don't pick up anybody else, I think your team is better. But you do have some holes to fill, and I hope that they didn't just put all their eggs in one basket to where you can't fill the slots that are truly actually needed for 2025. So I would say to expect some major signings and fast, honestly, since the Soto whole ordeal is off the table. I have some videos coming up reacting to some other signings that came out long ago, but things have been so fast and so ridiculous that I'm trying to just keep up with the big ones. So subscribe, hit the bell to see those. Comment below your thoughts, Mets fans. How happy are you? Yankees fans? You okay? If not, that's where you can find better help. Kidding. I'm not a sellout. Don't use them. They aren't paying me, and I will listen to you complain. You can pay me. Comment below. I'll be your therapy. It's gonna be okay, and you get entered in to win something on Friday. Red Sox, Blue Jays, Phillies. What is next for you? Because you guys all had a little stake or either a big stake in this whole ordeal and this whole competition for Soto, which means you have money set aside. Who do you want to see get on your team? Jim Riley, you're a Blue Jays fan. How about you comment below what you want the Blue Jays to do? Because I don't know what they can do and what they're going to do, because they're a confusing team to me. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later.